Blended learning creates a variety of integrated instructional experiences by blending traditional instructions together with online instruction to maximize individual learning.
I've been able to implement blended learning in my class by using Google Classroom as a platform for students to engage more with each other. Instead of individual vocabulary note cards, students now create a collaborative slideshow with their vocabulary words, contributing their own slide and then commenting on the other slides, guessing what word they think it is and justifying why. This way, they are able to create a community in which they can learn from each other.
For Miriam's, Bailey thought it was detect because he's looking for something, and so to comment, you go here and click comment, and looks, since it's big, I also think it's colossal. So just comment what you think, and then click comments, and it automatically goes right here.
I've also started using IXL, an online adaptive program for language arts skills such as grammar and mechanics. It allows students to work independently with immediate feedback so that they can see their progress and identify themselves where they face challenges. More than the blending of online learning and classroom instruction, though, what I have tried to do most is shift the student's mindset. Because more than the technology, blended learning is about empowering students to break the cycle of learned dependence on the teacher as the source for all information to seeing the instructor as a source of information and a facilitator of learning.
Okay, so I'm doing helping verbs. So I go down and click helping verbs. And here it shows the questions answered, and I did 67, and I have 86 points. So select the main verb. Does the committee need any help with the plans for the Memorial Day Parade? So I think the main verb is need. Submit it. And I got that correct. And then I get more points here. And select the helping verb. Without enough water and sunlight, that tomato plant will not thrive. So without enough water and sunlight, the tomato plant will not. Okay, so I got this incorrect, and here's the explanation of what I got incorrect and what the right answer is.
One of the ways that I'm able to integrate the online learning that happens at home with the in-class instruction is through the data that I receive from the IXL program. What it allows me to do is see how each individual student scored, but not just their number, but actually how they achieved that score. So when I see that this student has a 38, I realize that they've only spent 3 minutes and answered 8 questions, so they're still in progress working towards achieving their SMART score of 85 at least, or even 100. More than that, though, I'm able to actually see the specific questions and answers that they worked on. So I can see where a student is having difficulty and be able to see also if it's just an individual student that's having a particular challenge or if there are trends that are happening in the class. And that way I can, in meeting one-on-one, help readdress and redirect a particular student or tailor class or small group instruction so that then students can go back and continue individual practice after they've received additional instruction from me.
In Hebrew, we use the NETA program, which has an integrated online component that addresses all language skills. Students can work on the skill they need to strengthen, like vocabulary, grammar, writing, and more. They can also move on to enrichment texts with reading and listening comprehension. The NETA online program gives the teachers data on how each student advances that can be used when planning further instruction or assessment. It allows the teachers to work with a small group of students, differentiating the instruction by their level. The online activities are self-contained and allow students to check their answers and correct them before they move on. Thus, they can work independently if the teacher chooses. What you see here is the NETA dashboard, and the different teachers and have their different classes. Each teacher can check their class for a specific assignment they gave. Here you can see overall the school, what kind of task they got, and what are they checking. Here in Hebrew it will tell you if it's a grammar, if it's vocabulary, if it's a reading comprehension, and then how many students did it. And you can get even a kind of graph that shows everybody progress throughout the different assignments. Teacher can also see reports by questions, reports by a different kind of assignment. If it's a closed assignment, the teacher can see how many answers were right, how many answers were wrong, or if we're looking over all different assignments, what kind of assignments the students are having an easier time with, and what kind of assignment they really need to practice more and have more time. Here, for example, the students did real well, so you can see that they all got 100. It tells you that this is a question of clothes, and that type of question they did well. Using this data helps the teacher design better lessons, assessment, and differentiate their lesson between the students, basing on the data of what they know and what they need more work with.
Blended learning maximizes and personalizes student education. In the second and third grade, we have been using RazKids, an online reading resource. Students read leveled books of all genres, and then they take an online quiz. The data can be accessed on the teacher portal. The individual report gives me an overall accuracy for specific comprehension skills. By looking here, I can see specific areas where the student needs help. The information helps me tailor instruction to best meet the needs of the students. In the second and third grade, we have been incorporating blended learning during math. The students have been using Dreambox, an intelligent adaptive software. It offers interactive manipulatives which resemble real ones used in class. As the students work on math problems, Dreambox captures, analyzes, and responds to every decision a student makes. Dreambox empowers students to apply their learning. It deepens their conceptual understanding of math and delivers truly adaptive instruction. I can access information about the students on the Dream dashboard. The Overview tab lets me see which lessons the student is working on and which are completed. I can also access standards specific for that lesson. This student, who is in third grade, is actually beginning to work on fourth grade standards. I am able to see which students need review and which ones need to be challenged in other areas. During learning stations, activities are organized according to what they need. Blended learning is a model for success.